That's right. It was an event for children in the summer holidays. Very popular tickets sold out. We understand there are about 20 to 25 children at this 2-hour event, aged between 6 and 12 years old. And eyewitnesses reported a man arriving in a taxi earlier on in the day and got out, refused to pay for the taxi, and then walked into this centre, and neighbours recalled just this horrendous shouting and screaming, and unimaginable scenes of terror.
Yeah. Let's now connect with what we understand is the latest from Southport with that awful attack today where 2 children have died. Ben Ellery is crime editor for The Times and joins us now. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening.
Let's just recount what we know so far. We had a press conference earlier, of course, from the emergency services. And I think the main headline here is that 2 children have lost their lives in this attack.
Yes, that's correct. This is the absolutely most horrendous news. Emergency services were called at 11:47 today and arrived to find a scene of utter chaos. And as police have confirmed this evening, following this devastating knife attack, 2 children are dead and 6 are in critical condition. And 2 adults are also in a critical condition.
There are so many children, of course, involved in this, Ben, because there was a Taylor Swift-themed event at a dance school, we understand.
That's right. It was an event for children in the summer holidays. Very popular tickets sold out. We understand there are about 20 to 25 children at this 2-hour event, aged between 6 and 12 years old. And eyewitnesses reported a man arriving in a taxi earlier on in the day and got out, refused to pay for the taxi, and then walked into this centre, and neighbours recalled just this horrendous shouting and screaming, and unimaginable scenes of terror.
Yeah, and look, there's another witness who's been speaking tonight saying they took around 10 girls to safety in a nearby house as it quickly became apparent that there was an awful attack underway. It was the mindfulness of some of those local residents that perhaps prevented an even worse account here. Of course, that is not to deter from the awfulness of this afternoon's events. We know it wasn't terror-related. What do we know about the 17-year-old male, the child, effectively, that has been arrested on suspicion of murder?
So, yeah, that's right. The police are investigating the motive at the moment, but it's not thought to be terror-related. The boy is originally from Cardiff, who's been arrested, and lived in the nearby village of Banks, which is about 5 miles away. And police descended onto that address, armed officers, and cordoned it off at about 1 o'clock this afternoon.
And we don't know a motive for the attack, do we, Ben?
No, I'm sure specialist officers will be looking at, the suspects' phones and computers, and, trying to figure out, what was this person's mental health history. We know we've seen that issue recently in many sort of tragic attacks. So all of those things are going to be looked at intently, and police will be making a decision on charging.
Ben, thanks so much for speaking to us. Ben Ellery there, who is crime editor at The Times. Thank you for bringing us up to date with the latest, Ben. Of course, you'll get more on news bulletins throughout the evening, and Darren Morris with you from 10 o'clock this evening. I'm sure we'll be focusing on this as well. Let's